let's validate and activate the journey. Okay, so what is the expected result? That whenever they will reach the wait activity, so from here only one contact will proceed to the next activity, because three contacts are already in the status of completed, right? So these three contacts basically will exit from the journey whenever they will reach the wait activity, and only one contact will be able to move forward. So let's refresh the journey and see. Oh, sorry, like it is complete. I should have marked this completed. So the spelling is incorrect. That is why it does not have this. Okay, here we have this correct completed. So the actual status is completed. So that is why it is not showing. Okay, let's refresh this and see. We have this in working. Let me do one thing. Let me create a new journey. So we'll select the data extension as Amazon customers. And let's drag and drop this random split activity, and let's have this wait activity. Let's have wait for 1 minute. Click on done, and then we need to define the goal criteria. So that's the payment status would be completed. Next, and then silent 100% of the population. And let me also define the object criteria now, and that set contact and click on next button. and then let's define the criteria. So Amazon customers and payment status is equals to completed. Click on next button and then done. So we'll see the changes. Validate. So journey is activated now, and let's see. So once the content will enter into the journey, and then they will receive the activity, then we will see the goal percentage as well as we will experience the exit criteria. So based on the exit criteria, a few of the contacts, like only I think one contact will be able to make it to the next activity, and the other contacts will exit from the exit. So now as we can see that we can see the percentage of the goal is 78%, because out of 4 contacts, 3 contacts have the status is equals to completed, and only one contact has a percentage also has the status as pending, right? So whenever they will process wait activity, then we will basically evaluate the goal criteria, and based on the goal criteria, we will define the percentage. And only one contact basically was able to make it to the next activity, and 3 contacts exited from the journey. How we can see that? So we have this option called health, right? So when we click on this, we have a couple of things over here that we can see. So first thing that we are able to see is the find contact path. So if we want to know that, okay, these are the all contacts who enter into a journey, and I want to see that what is the path that was taken by this contact. So I'll come over here, I'll search this contact with the help of the contact key, and I'll have to select the contact over here, and then it will show me that it came from this data extension, and then now it is at the like contact exited at this step, right? Or for example, if I want to see the path that was taken up by this contact P4005, we can paste it over here, and select the appropriate contact, and then it will show that it went to this activity, and then contact is at this step. So find contact path is helpful when we want to track, or basically when we want to check the entire path that was taken up by the contact, right? So, and it also shows the different series or different activities that it went through. So wait activity, random split. So first it went to the 1 minute activity, and it is completed a random split, and now it is waiting at this 1 day wait activity. So let's cancel this for now. Next section that we have is goal. So in goal, we can say that what is the goal that we have defined. So we want 100% of the population to achieve this goal. And what is the percentage of the goal that we have achieved so far? 75%. And it shows the journey count. So total, how many contacts that we had in the journey? 4. Out of 4, how many contacts are still in the journey? 1. And how many contacts have exited from the journey? 3. Okay, so it will show that because of the exit criteria, how many contacts have exited? 3, and what is the current population. Next session we have, that is alerts. So alerts basically gives us the alert, right? Why it gives the alert, or like what kind of alert it gives me, or like what it shows in the alert. So it gives me the number of contacts that are about to complete their wait period. So let's say we have this 10 contacts in my journey, and 5 contacts out of 10 are waiting at some wait activity. and the wait activity is going to be over in next 60 minutes, right? So it will show that all those contacts, whose wait is going to be over. Um, okay, at least 60 minutes, then what will happen? It will show all those contacts. So right now, this contact still needs to wait for next 24 hours, right? So that is why it is showing zero. But when this contact will be at a stage where only 60 minutes are left, or less than 60 minutes are left to complete the wait period, then it will show all those contacts over here in the alert section. So we talked about the goal. Why do we need the goal? So we need to measure the performance of the journey. So that is why we need a goal. Then we talked about the exit criteria. So in the exit criteria, we can make the contact exit from the journey whenever the condition meets. And then we talked about the journey health. Basically, it shows us different, options to track the path, as well as it shows the different statistics like the number of contacts in the journey, how many have exited, and the goal percentage of that. Right? Um, Next, we have is journey history. So, journey history basically talks about the history of this entire journey, right? So, we can see all these contacts have entered into this journey, and these are the different activities that these contacts went through, and the time, date, and time stamp, and all. So either we can come to history from a journey, or if you directly come to the history, then we will not have this filter. And what we can do that it will show the history of all the journeys that are available in the account. So either we can filter with the help of a journey. If you want to track the history of a particular journey, or maybe with the help of a status or a date range, so whatever it is. But the history basically in the journey shows the path, or basically the activities that contact went through, and when it went through, and status and everything. Okay, let me go back. You mean this contact attempted?
Yes, contact. Previously, it was shows around the exit
Yeah.
criteria is like
Okay.
the
So
journey
let
is
me.
completed, right? What is completed and what is exit criteria? Yeah.
Okay, so let me go back there and explain you.
Yes,
This one.
yeah, this two. What is complete and what is exit criteria?
Okay, so exit criteria means like if we have exit criteria defined, then
Okay.
at the wait activity, it will show that this was the activity, basically exit criteria activity. So on the UI, we are not able to see, but in the backend, Marketing Cloud has created this activity that
Okay,
will
okay.
be evaluated based on, if we have defined the exit criteria. So it says
So,
that,
so
okay,
yeah. So for any journey builder, it's our wish to create that exit criteria, right? It's not a compulsory to create,
no,
right?
no, it is
Uh,
completely optional here.
oh yeah. Okay, okay. Got it. Thank you, thank you.
So, if you have noticed that only in this journey we have defined this exit criteria. Otherwise, so far we have not defined any
Yes,
exit
yes.
criteria
Yeah.
for any of the journey.
So it's
So,
so it's based on our optional only. If you want that.
right, right.
So what is the advantage of having that and the disadvantage of not having that? Rahul?
So let's say we are designing one journey in which we are, expecting something from the customer, right?
Okay,
Maybe there's some action pending from their side, like making a payment, or maybe
okay,
completing a training, right? In organization, we see that, like the employees, we want them to complete the training before the due date. So
okay,
whenever they complete the training, now we don't want to send any follow-up email to them, right?
okay, okay,
Because like if they still will, like if they stay within the journey, uh, I mean, we are not going to send them any communication because they have done what we
okay,
were expecting from them.
okay,
So
okay,
if there is any action and they have completed this, then we can have this exit criteria so that they
okay,
can exit from the journey.
okay. So if you want to measure the journey, we need to have that exit criteria, right?
Goal.
Okay,
So if you want to measure the performance of the journey, then we need to have a goal. Using
okay,
that,
yeah,
we can
got
see
it,
the
got it.
percentage.
Okay, got it, got it. Thanks, thanks.
No problem. So we talked about the version status, we talked about journey analytics, and then history, and then health, goal, and then exit criteria. So now let's talk about the journey settings. Okay. So if we want to copy the entire journey, so we can click on this copy journey and we can copy the journey as well. And we have another option is journey settings. So in journey settings, so let me create a new version so that I can show you. Since it is a running journey, so we are not able to make the changes in the journey settings. So we have three different contact re-entry mode that we can configure for any of the journeys. So first one is a no re-entry. So what does it mean? That whenever a contact enters, we are going to identify the contact with the help of the contact. So let's say we have a contact key C001, right? And this same contact is trying to enter again into the journey. So let's say our entry source is data extension. Now this is possible that the same contact or the same record we have twice in our data extension, and we want this contact to enter into the journey again, right? If we'll talk about, let's say, e-commerce website, and if a customer places an order, we want to send them the order confirmation email, right? That and it is possible that the same customer can place order multiple times. So what will happen that in the same data extension, we will have many records. We will have multiple records for the same contact, because whenever this customer places an order, we will have this record in the data extension. So if you will choose no re-entry, which means that the same customer will not be able to enter journey again, and we will not be able to send the email communication again. So we will not choose that. So what are the scenarios where we choose no re-entry? So let's say if we are distributing some coupon or something, and what a customer needs to do, that the customer needs to maybe visit some website, and then from there he needs to raise a request that okay, I want this coupon or something like that. And if the customer is eligible, we will send them the coupon code. So we like that is only once per user. We are not distributing many coupons to the same customer. So what will happen, they will enter into the data extension, and even if they have claimed, like they have requested again, the record will be created in the data extension, but they will not be able to enter into the journey again, as we have defined no re-enter. It means the same contact cannot re-enter again in the journey, right? Re-entry anytime, the example that we discussed for the e-commerce website. So if the customer places an order multiple times, then what we then what we want to do is that we want the contact to be answer anytime again and again. So the customer can receive the respective emails for the different orders that he has placed. Okay, the another option that we have is re-entry only after exiting. So let's say we have a scenario where customer can enter into the journey multiple times, but only after exiting. So the contact has entered, and after the entire journey is completed, then only the contact should enter. So let's say if we'll talk about a scenario where mm, I mean, let's say redbus.com, if you are booking a ticket on our name, and we are saying that, okay, we are traveling from this place to this place. So I cannot be in any other journey, right? I can travel from one place to another at like any given point of time. I mean, at a single time, I can only be traveling to the single destination, right? So even like only after exiting or only after I complete this journey, then I'll be able to enter it I'll be able to enter the same journey again, but I cannot have two contacts, or I cannot have multiple contacts in the same journey. So this is how we can configure the entry mode based on the requirement. Next, we have this default email address. So whenever we send the email communication from the email studio, what is the mechanism that is followed by Marketing Cloud? The default mechanism is that whenever we're sending the email using a data extension, Marketing Cloud will go to the all subscribers list, and from there it will check what is the email address that is configured in all subscribers list, and the customer will receive the email message on an email address which is configured in all subscribers list, right? So that is the default mechanism. But in Journey Builder, what happens is that we have a flexibility that we can choose the email address attribute from the entry source. So we have this data extension, configured as an entry source. So we can pick any of the field from there that we want to use to send the email communication. Right? So let's say we have multiple fields in which we have email address value. So we can take any one field from here that will be used to pick the email address value in order to send the email communication to the customers. So if we have two options, either we can select the email attribute or email address, value from the entry source, or on the another option that we have is use email attribute from the context. So here we have population. So if you remember, we talked about the population, right? Okay, can anybody tell me like what is the use of population? But we discussed in detail that what is
Yeah,
the use of population.
to measure that data, right? 100%.
That is the goal, no?
Oh, oh,
I'm talking about the population in contact builder we discussed, no?
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. So basically the population is used to resolve the ambiguity. So let's say if we have the data from multiple sources coming into our marketing cloud, and the email address value might differ. So let's say if
Sorry.
we are having the data from Facebook or from our local system or maybe from our external server. So for the same contact, I can have multiple email addresses that Facebook says that, okay, no, the email address is 123 at the rate gmail.com for the same contact. Maybe our historical data, or maybe our this conventional database, it says that the email address is abc at the gmail.com. So we have to keep one record, or we have to take one email address value from all, so that we can send the email notification. So what marketing cloud says is that once you have created the population, so population means that we are linking one of the data extension with the contact model, right? And the email address value that we have in the data extension now is associated with the contact. And we are, making the contact enter into the journey. So when the contact will enter into the journey, it will have, let's say, a contact key C001. It will go to that population, and it will pick up the email address value from that data extension that is associated with that population. I mean, this could be a bit, um, you know, complicated to understand, but try to understand this. Let's say we have this population in which we have this data extension. So what we are trying to do is that we are trying to pick up the email address value from the population instead of the entry source. Okay. So we can have this email address value from the population as well. So we have two options over here, that if we have the email address value stored in the journey data extension, then we can go ahead with this option. Otherwise, if we have this email address value stored somewhere else in any other data extension, then we can choose this one, right? Same goes with the mobile number, that if you have the mobile number stored in the entry source data extension, then we can choose this one. Otherwise, we can choose from here. Okay, and then Google Analytics tracking. Basically, if you have this Google Analytics integrated with Marketing Cloud, then what we can do, whatever the links that we have in the email message, they are basically tracked, and the tracking data is shared with the Google Analytics systems. Okay, and it shows that the journey data. So we have this journey data, which is nothing but our attributes in our configured data extension. And then we have this contact data, which is nothing but your attribute groups and population. Okay, so anybody has any doubts so far?
Go
Can,
through this, Rahul. Sorry for that.
sorry, what are you saying?
No, no, that like I missed that population. Got confused over there.
Okay, okay, no problem, no problem. Yeah, I mean, there's so many things to remember. There's so
Oh,
many things to understand.
okay.
So yeah, just keep practicing so that
Sure, sure.
you remember these things. And next we have templates. I think we talked about the templates. So we have Salesforce and my templates. So either we can pick up the Salesforce template to create, so let's say anniversary send. So what it does that it gives us a kind of basic structure on top of it. On top of it, we can make the changes. So here we have this event and then anniversary email. So now if you want to make some modifications, let's say I want to change the entry source, if I want to change the message activity, if I want to send the SMS instead. So it will give us the basic structure and we can make the changes on top of it as per other requirement. And also we can create our own template. So how do we create a template? So whenever we save the journey, so we have this option to save the journey as a template so that we can reuse this in our any other journey. So, so here we get this option to save the journey as a template. Okay, save as template. So whenever we save this template, we can just basically define the name and we can create a template so that it is available for us to use this as a basic structure and we can make modifications on top of it. So I think we have pretty much discussed about everything in the journey, all the options that we have in the toolbar and entry source and activities. Okay, but still, if you have any doubt, feel free to ask or raise any question. So in the next session, we'll talk about the AMP script. So we are going to discuss two programming languages. One is AMP script and the SSCS. So from the next session, we'll be uh, taking up the AMP script.